You've done the hard work. You've filmed the video, you've even added multi-language audio to reach a global audience. But there's still one giant wall standing between you and millions of potential viewers. Your thumbnail text. If they can't read your hook, they are going to click. Well, YouTube just tore that wall down. Today, we're talking about localized thumbnails, also multi-language thumbnails, and why this might be the biggest hidden growth hack of 2026. Just this week, YouTube's CEO Neal Mohan put out this tweet all about multi-language thumbnails. Now, I came across this earlier this week when I was uploading a video and tinkering around in the auto dubbing section and just looking to make sure that I had published all my previous dubs on the last handful of videos. And I saw this little object on the screen here, an extra line that says upload thumbnail. This is a thumbnail per language. This is what Neal had to say. Creators will be able to design and upload thumbnails in different languages so viewers can see thumbnails that match their language setting.
What is it all about?
We're going to dive in right now. I'm going to show you how you can go about doing this, and we can talk about some of the tips and best practices when using multi-language thumbnails. Let's hook in. Firstly, I've got a pop quiz for you. And the question is, which country has the largest YouTube user base in 2026? Is it A, the USA, B, Brazil, C, India, or D, Indonesia? Take a moment to jump over to the quiz section. Hopefully you watched my video on quizzes just recently and do the quiz. I'll wait and I'll come back with the answer. Okay, the question was, which country has the largest YouTube base in 2026? The answer is C, India. India has over 460 million users. If your thumbnail is English only, you're ignoring a population larger than the entire US. Something to think about. This is why localized thumbnails are the missing link for those in that 460 million group that don't really read a lot of English. Many do, a lot don't. This is the missing link. And if they see the thumbnail in Hindi or their spoken language, then they're more likely to click. All right, so let's walk through the process of how you do multi-language thumbnails. First, you need a thumbnail. And so I've got my thumbnail ready to go for a recent video I did on gifted memberships. So let's jump into that because I'm in my YouTube studio, of course, and you can see here I'm in the content section where all the videos are listed. So I'm going to go into that video, click the details. Down the side, you can see here the option for languages. This is where it all happens. Remember back in the day, it was called subtitles, but it's been languages for quite a while. So let's click on that. And you can see these are all the languages that I have published for this particular video. And mine have been done through auto dubbing, but you could have uploaded different language tracks using simply by recording them yourself or having someone record them and using the multi-language audio feature, which is also built into this section. So I've done a thumbnail for Hindi. So we need to find that Hindi thumbnail. Where did I save it to? Here we go. But first we want to jump in and we want to click on Hindi. You can see by the top here, we've got audio, subtitles, title, description, and now there's a column for thumbnail. This should show you where you've put a new thumbnail for that language. So we're going to click on Hindi. And you can see in the dialogue right now, YouTube automatically gives you the title in Hindi and the description in Hindi, which is the top part of the description. It does go down and actually does everything in Hindi, keeps the links intact. It's pretty cool how YouTube does that for you automatically. Now you can see here, I've got an option to do several things here. I can publish and unpublish my audio. In this case, it tells me that that audio is auto-dubbed. I can do stuff in there to unpublish it or review it. I can add a manual set of subtitles in Hindi, so I can upload. That's something to consider. They've had subtitles in foreign languages for many a day, way before multi-language audio. But here, right at the top, thumbnail, add. So what we need to do is add the Hindi thumbnail that I have done. I've taken the gifted membership thumbnail that you saw at the start and created that and converted that to Hindi. So what I need to do is add, and then I need to find my Hindi gifted thumbnails, which is this one here. And so we're going to click open, and that is going to start loading. And you can see here, once it's loaded, you get the little icon here. When you hover over it, you can look at it a little bit larger. You can see I've translated that to Hindi. And then all I have to then do is click update. And it says Hindi thumbnail uploaded. And now you can see it over here, a little icon of the thumbnail. So you can see it again. If I hover over it, you can see it larger, which is a great little feature there that YouTube's added in terms of showing us what the different thumbnails will look like if we want to look at all the foreign thumbnails in one place. Now, would I do every single language as a thumbnail? Probably not, but we'll talk more about that shortly. So now, when somebody who has Hindi listed as one of their preferred languages, then YouTube may show them this Hindi thumbnail instead of the English one. Now, they also have English set as one of their preferred languages, so they might have English and Hindi as a preferred language. It might lean towards the native English because that is the primary video language for my video. So that will just depend on the user settings as to which thumbnail they'll see. But if Hindi is on there and they've unchecked, they don't have English checked because they don't really aren't really strong in English and prefer it in Hindi, then they're going to see the Hindi thumbnail, the Hindi title, the Hindi description, and when they listen to the video, the audio will be the Hindi auto dub. So then now we've got a complete package for the Hindi viewer where they don't have to rely on understanding English in written form or spoken form. That is a big win and opens up so many more potential viewers for your videos. So once we're done here, we can back on out. And so at any time we can go back in and see, oh yeah, we have uploaded a dedicated thumbnail for Hindi. So let's talk about strategy and best practices. Strategy for these thumbnails is going to be based on balancing your the amount of thumbnails that you need to do per video to the key ones that are going to be most effective for you. So what do? We first check our analytics, look at audience, top geographies to pick the first 2 to 3 languages. Remember, if you look at geographies, they're showing you countries. A lot of those countries initially might be English-speaking countries, so you don't have to worry about those. So just go further down and look at countries where the predominant language is something other than English and look at what those top ones are. And maybe pick the first 2 or 3 most used ones in the last 28 days. You might extend that to look at the last 90 days or the last 12 months or something like that, just to get a bit broader base of who's typically watching your videos. And remember, hopefully, when you implement this, you'll get more clicks from people in those countries, in those regions, in those languages, and you'll be able to see and track that in your analytics over time. Now, the other tip, which is interesting, and you're going to have to figure out some workarounds in particular, but it's a good starting point, but don't rely on it 100%, and that is just raw translating your text from your thumbnails from English or whatever language you do to the target language. Now, in many cases, that could be good enough, but have someone check it, verify that it's not mistranslated or it's not as punchy in that language, and then you might have to use a different word that translates differently that actually gives you the punch, the effect that you need. So if you know somebody who speaks that language that could help you with that, that's the bonus points. But if you can, get someone to verify that your translation is correct. And remember, don't try and do a multi-language thumbnail or a foreign language thumbnail for every single language that you might have auto-translated, because we know that if you use the auto-dub feature, they're just giving you a bunch of like 20-odd languages now. Don't try and do a thumbnail for every single language. It's effortless that YouTube is giving you the auto-dubs and you don't have to do anything. But when it comes to thumbnails, you have to do the thumbnails. So let's, as I mentioned before, focus on the top, say 3 languages other than your native language, which many cases for people watching me is English. The top 3 languages, do those and monitor your analytics to see if that's being effective for you. Maybe you want to have a little bit more bandwidth and you can open up to a few more, do that. But don't overextend yourself to do many different thumbnails per video. Just hit the key ones, the ones that are those areas where you're getting those viewers. Hit those. So there's a couple of reminders. This is going to boost CTR, particularly in those languages, and as people are browsing from those countries, they're more likely to click because they are seeing something in their language and understanding it if they don't understand your base language, English, whatever it might be. So hopefully this drives in those target areas. Remember, it's a subset of your data. It's not your total data, but it's driving more CTR in those areas. Now, I have a question for you. Do you already have multi-language audio turned on for your channel? Are you seeing the ability, or you have the option at least, to do auto dubbing and or upload multi-language audio tracks? You'd be able to sit back there in that language area on your channel to see what you have available. Let me know. If you don't have it yet, let me know. Maybe you're a new channel, you don't have the requirements to activate that. I don't actually know what the requirements are, but check it out. Let me know if you've got multi-language audio, because if you've got multi-language audio, there's a chance that in the rollout, you're going to start seeing the ability to upload those foreign language thumbnails per language. Well, we're seeing some new YouTube features starting to roll out in different places. So if you want to see some of the recent ones that I've covered, then check this playlist up here. And in the meantime, this is Doug, and I'll catch you later.